Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to recommend some manga for the cold Christmas season. We all know the Christmas season is always kind of busy while everyone waits just for Christmas. But here I have some manga you can read while chilling and resting for a bit before all the stress is taking over. I wanted to recommend manga where you can read about the cold, snowy weather season with different topics and genres, while you can enjoy the warmth inside your house. So get a hot coffee, chocolate, tea or whatnot you enjoy the most in this cold weather, and while being in a cozy blanket, having manga to read in your hands. So I have something for boys love lovers, I have an adventure fantasy romance manga series, and even something for adventure and action readers. So yeah, let's get into it. A little mix of everything. My first recommendation would be something for boys love lovers and is a one-shot called Snow Fairy. This is about Haruki, who is a farmer in Hokkaido, and one day he has the chance to meet Narumi, who is a handsome animal photographer from Tokyo. So yeah, the story starts with Haruki, who is on his way home and finds in the mid of all the snow and cold weather a car he doesn't recognize. He is living in a small town or village, and he is concerned a traveler lost his way and he wants to see what happened. So he went out of his car all to find a young man named Narumi who was just photographing. His passion is the nature with all life surrounding us, and this city boy is clearly not dressed well enough for the snowstorm that is coming its way. On top of that, the car of Narumi doesn't want to go on anymore, and Haruki can't just leave this man out in the cold to die. So he decides to take him with him to his home. Well, the winter season just started, and from a one night to stay, he stayed 2 nights, 1 week, and then ended up being there weeks. Haruki wasn't lonely anymore and enjoyed the company, while Narumi has a goal and can't leave until he found his target to photograph in this village or town or whatever. So both of them get to know each other more each day, which results in exactly what you imagine right now. And I don't want to spoil too much because again this is just a one shot, so I can't go more into detail than that. But let me just say, I think the story is laid out perfectly for just a one shot. They're so adorable. It's just a fluffy series, easy to read, and you will not regret it if you like adorable and cute stories like me. So this isn't the most hot spice read that you can find out there. Let me just point that out. If you're looking for that, that may not be the one that you're looking for. If you want something cozy and something heartwarming, this is for you. Like, oh, so cute. Okay, my next recommendation is about #muted. And this is a boys love series of 3 volumes and is completed, and is actually a webtoon and is so stunning in the artwork, in the characters, in the story. Like, everything is so good. Okay, this webtoon is about Jasper, who is working in a library, and there he meets Kai, who is a silent guy just passing by the library once in a while. Just one day, Jasper was doing his work like usual, and then he noticed Kai just sitting there in a corner and was speaking to him. So they were just casually talking, and Jasper found this guy pretty nice and sweet, so he wanted to recommend his favorite book, and Jasper gave it to Kai so he can read it, and when he's done reading it, he should tell him how he felt about the book. And that's how everything starts out. So now these two get to meet more often, And well, now Kai is always coming to the library, and Jasper is always looking forward for him. They are both pretty enchanted with each other, but Kai doesn't talk to Jasper. He is a quiet guy and always just talking with gestures to him. Jasper doesn't want to get noisy and ask him about it, but he's pretty respectful about it, and that's what I really like about this manga, because the title is about being muted. Obviously, Kai has reasons why he doesn't want to talk, but he feels pretty comfortable with Jasper just because I think Jasper's pretty considerate and really nice and not annoying or noisy at all, and I think that's what draws Kai attention to him. Meanwhile, Jasper is enchanted about Kai because he's so nice, he's a really heartwarming guy and just so sweet to hang around with. So they get to know each other way more, meet up way more often, talk like Jasper's doing the talking, but they just feel so comfy with each other. This is just a relaxing meet up together. And this read is actually so cute. Like, literally, it's so amazing. A really cute fluffy story at first, but has its deep meanings. It has a straightforward story. In just 3 volumes, everything is explained perfectly, in my opinion. The characters and their emotions and what they're going through, everything is laid out really good. And I included it in my cozy winter season manga recommendations just because there's also a lot of scenes in the cold with Christmas and stuff. I think this fits pretty well in every season actually, but it's just so cozy and comfy, and because they get to know each other in the autumn to Christmas New Year season, it was just way too perfect. And the character designs are pretty neat as well, and I don't know, everything is so good. I would recommend this 100 of times. Okay, it's actually one of my favorite BL short series in a while. Okay, well, let's go on. My next recommendation would be Spice and Wolf if you want to read a completed manga series, which the remake of the anime just came out as well and is beautifully done. I'm so happy they adapted the novel this time, which means it's more following the manga as well, and is completed with 16 volumes and is about adventure, fantasy, and romance. The story follows Holo, who is responsible for the harvest and gets worshipped as a god in a little village. The villagers that are living there want to celebrate Holo this year once again. It's like Thanksgiving just in a different age and era, which was celebrated as well. And here we meet Lawrence the merchant. He lives in a time which parts of the population no longer unconditionally accept the authority of the church, and he dreams of opening his own business one day in a city to settle down. For now, he's doing business with different products he trades and sells for profit to earn money. He's now passing by in the village and arrives while everyone is in high spirits for the celebration and are in the middle of the preparations as well. He didn't want to stay the night, so after he was done with his business, he did leave. And when nightfall started, he was about to sleep in his cart, but then he found a butt-naked woman inside, sleeping in there. And that's how he's meeting the wise wolf Holo, who wants to leave the village to go home once again. She made a promise to this village a long time ago and was happy to help with the harvest for these people, but with time, no one believed in her anymore, saying she's doing whatever she wants because they had it pretty rough the last years of bad harvests because of too much rain or a dry season. But she has to balance everything out and can't give only good harvests with no consequences. But with all these people not believing in her anymore made her feel pretty lonely. She doesn't remember how long she was gone since she can live decades, and now, after all this time, she is missing her friends and wants to go back to North, back home. So fate bring them together, and now they are traveling, having an adventure and a journey together. Even though, side note, for this manga it's best to invest time. This isn't a smooth and fast read in my opinion. It has a lot of text, explanations, a lot going on, and gets down to business a lot, which makes it so interesting in my opinion. You learn a lot about the era and how hard it was to be a traveling merchant in all kind of weather conditions and what you had to face all the time. But if you read it carefully and think about it deeper, it even shows seriousness in different topics, as for example in believing or not believing in the church. It also gives you a little bit of a hint how easy it was to live a life where you can just end up on the streets in just a day, to be a slave for the rest of your life and rotten to death. But don't get me wrong, the manga is more about the journey of Holo and Lawrence, which gives you lots of joy and loves as well. If you're curious how the journey is coming along, just get started with the manga because it's absolutely amazing. Now, my last recommendation is about Cold die Kreatur, and this is sadly only available in Germany. It's a webtoon series that is from a German creator, but still, I wanted to recommend this one because I think it's pretty good. I like the characters a lot, and maybe if you can read German, this is perfect for you. Maybe if you're learning German, this would be something that you could pick up. But again, I didn't find it anywhere to read it in English, not even online so far. I hope this will change in the future because I think they will deserve it. So, this is about a world where everything is covered in ice and surrounded by the ocean. That's because a major ecological disaster happened and not many humans did survive. The survivors did build cities surrounded by great walls, so they are protected. They seek protection from the glaciers, which are ice monsters that constantly threaten people, killing them, eating them, everything. Now, this is about the young guy, Sami, and has a big dream. He wants to one day free the world from all these monsters and ensure that people can live in peace again. Therefore, he would be way too happy to become a member of the city guard who are in charge to protect the hometown from all the creatures. But one day, during an attack, Sami and his brother are hearing some noises and notice that a glacier, a creature, is coming through the city. During this attack, Sami and his brother got injured, and with all the emotions coming up, this causes Sami to transform himself into a half human, half creature, but still kept his pure heart. And this is how it starts. Everything is becoming a mess, people are dying, and after everything calmed down and they protected the city, Sami can no longer live now in his hometown and has to leave. But again, everything is out of ice, and normally they have a system to survive inside their hometown because they heat everything up. They have to work for getting everything going. And normally, no people go outside of this hometown. You know nothing about the outside of this hometown normally. You know there are creatures everywhere around and they will attack you. They want to eat you. And now Sami has to go to this outside scary world, and his friends are coming along with him. And there's also still more going on in the city and about people and secret stuff behind all of this. So everything is pretty interesting in my opinion. The characters are really nice, but what draws me, or what did draw me a lot into this one, is just because everything seems so connected and you don't know what's going on, and still now there's only half of everything you know. Like, you get something, you have a question, you're like, what is happening? And then you're like, ah, this is my answer, but now I have 3 more questions. And that's all the time happening. And I think that's something good, because you will be always interested in what's going on next, what will happen next. And yeah, this webtoon actually comes in a normal edition, like you can just buy the webtoon itself, or you can buy a limited edition, which costs you extra, of course, but is worth it in my opinion if you like to display extras or something to decorate your room with, because in every collection there's a character standee and so many more extras. Like you have posters, you have cards. In one collection I got this little sword that has one of these characters. And now I wanted to open my new collector's edition that I got just recently. So let's open it for a second and see what's inside. Oh, yes, we get a Wolfie boy. Oh my god. Cool. Oh, I love him. He's so cool. Oh, das ist ein Buch. Oh, irgendwas extra. Cool. Ja. Take it. Oh, so hot. Please. Okay. Oh Gott, ist der Block süß. Oh my god, I'm so happy that I got this character with his Wolfie boy, because when I saw that this guy is on the cover, I knew that the standee will also be of him, because that was how it worked for the other collector editions as well. Oh, anyways, I'm so happy and everything is cool, everything looks nice and neat, and now I just need to read the volume. But yeah, again, I would recommend this. Just it's sad that you cannot read it in English yet, and I really hope that this will change in the future, but we will see what will happen. So yeah, this was my last recommendation, and I hope you liked everything. I tried to cover different types of manga, not too many, but at least a few. And yeah, this is what I came up with. So yeah, till then, bye bye!